up, everybody? Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of Ill Communication. This week on the show, I'm joined by Kane from Cause and Effect. He's traveled all the way here from the United Kingdom to Shambhala Music Festival in the rainforests of British Columbia to drop the bass and drop some knowledge on your eyes and ears. Thanks so much for being on the show, Kane.
What's good, man? You good?
Yeah, it's really great.
Good.
Yeah, we met up on the bus cruising in from Spokane, and he's a real winner of a guy here, real outgoing, friendly person. So decided to ask him.
I do my best, man. I do my best.
Do an interview here. So as a first timer to Shambhala, I mean, if I could only see this place for the first time again. Tell us about your experience here so far.
God, amazing. Amazing. Yeah, when I first come in, I was just like totally amazed. I had a quick look around on the first day that I got here. Just totally different. Nothing like it anywhere else. Nothing like it anywhere else. If you get the chance to come, you come. I'm telling you.
Super worth the mission. Yeah, it's been really cool watching the festival grow because they own the land, you know, historically since the very beginning of the festival. So rather than having to set up temporary buildings and stuff, they just keep building and building, and all the infrastructure is permanent. And this year, one of the big differences is they've been kind of rewilding a lot of the public areas and like you know, planting more plants to grow around the infrastructure rather than clearing plants to build the infrastructure. So that's been really cool. There's also the addition of pyrotechnics this year, which is you don't normally see in high fire risk areas like the woods here.
I mean, the stages, the production, everything is bang on. Everything is bang on.
So you and your mate Chris are Cause and Effect.
Yeah, we are Cause and Effect.
Which are you Cause or Effect?
It all depends on the day.
Depends on the day? Okay, cool.
All depends on the day. Whichever one, you know, if I'm causing, he's making the effect.
Sweet. So how did the set go?
Oh, the set was sick. The set was sick. Good crowd response. And yeah, just pretty drunk.
Nice.
pretty drunk, but yeah, the set went really well. Really enjoyed it, and it's mad how bass music has travelled so far, because you think small UK, that you come all the way to Canada and people know the sound and know the stuff, which is pretty sick, man.
Yeah, it's really encouraging. I mean, I came up in Toronto, and at the time there wasn't really much of the kind of like, you know, glitchy psychedelic bass music there at all. I mean, there's always a big city for drum and bass, but even dubstep had a bit of a time catching on there, you know. And just the receptiveness and the encouragement that I felt from these audiences really helped me to, you know, decide to take it a bit more seriously and pursue it as a career, you know. But it was really like this festival, and you know, having people come up and they knew my first record, and they knew, you know, they had all these informed questions to ask me. Can you tell us a bit about like when you first decided that you were going to pursue music as a career? Like, was there like a turning point or anything that you can tell us about?
Let me think. I used to play basketball.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. I was a basketballer. I had a scholarship to go to Illinois State College to play basketball. Fucked up my knee.
Oh no!
So yeah, that was like 2-year waiting list for the operation. Then it was year recovery. Then it was year physio, and then obviously it's getting back into training and all of that. So it was like, right, what do I do?
Yeah.
Be an electrician for a little bit. Done that. Nah, not for me. Right, let's start making some music. Start doing something, you know, to like something you enjoy actually doing. You know, sitting down and making music is what you enjoy, and then when you go out and play your music, you see people how they react to what you've been sitting down working hard for, and it's there, man.
Cool. So has it always been Cause and Effect, or did you have other aliases on the way?
we had a few little aliases on the way. We used to make a bit of garage, a bit of 4/4 like bass line.
Not to be confused with garage.
Yeah.
That's where you keep your car.
Yes.
Very different.
In the garage.
Cool. So anything that people can look up, or?
We've got a release coming on Ausla.
That's very exciting.
That
Ausla is like the label to be on these days. That's
We've
very
already
cool.
had a release on their Stampede. That came out, when did that come out? Last year that came out. And obviously part of the Dirty Bird family.
Wicked.
The Dirty Bird gang. What else? And yeah, Outlook this year.
Sick. Yeah, you were there last year, I remember.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to go to Outlook too. Outlook, for those of you who don't know, is pretty much the premier bass music sound system culture festival in Europe. It's held the first week of September every year, first or second week usually, in Croatia, in a town called Pula. It's this beautiful seaside town. Croatia itself is just east of Italy, so you fly into Venice and then take the bus out from Venice. It's beautiful countryside, and the weather's just temperate and perfect, and the ocean's there, and there's boat parties, and basically even though it's in Croatia, the festival is predominantly put together by UK organizers and features a lot of UK acts as well as a lot of Jamaican music, and as well as
the reggae side of the culture, and it's a good
hip hop as well. Yeah, if you get a chance, you should definitely check it out. So you were lucky enough to play at Outlook last year. Was that your first year? Or have you played at Outlook?
that was the first year at Outlook last year. Yeah, that was pretty sick as well. Played on the Void stage.
Sick.
The Void system. Apparently,
no joke.
Apparently, there's only one of this system that came from Japan, and that was the only system.
Sick.
The only Void one, and it's.
Yeah, it was a big rig too. There's a couple of, like, Monarch in San Francisco has a Void install.
Yeah.
And then there's one up in I think it's either Portland or like Humboldt County somewhere that some people have them, but you can recognize them by the speakers. The monitors look like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. They're these big, like, bullhorny looking monitors. The bass is fantastic. It's fantastic.
Nice and warm, and that's what we like. We like bass.
Damn straight. So, did you get to check out any of the boat parties or any acts that really inspired you from Outlook that you can tell us about?
The amphitheater. Is it the amphitheater? Oh, I think I might be getting.
Oh, was that the one with the Lauryn Hill concert?
Yeah.
Oh God, that was amazing.
Is that's the amphitheater?
Yeah, that was the amphitheater stage. It was an old Roman Colosseum where they have Christian children versus the Lions night and stuff, and they had Lauryn Hill, and then
that was pretty sick because Lauryn Hill hasn't been performed. I don't think she performed anywhere for, I think it was like 5 or 6 years. Obviously in Europe. So that was pretty sick.
It was crazy. Yeah, that was a really good one. And then I was really inspired by David Rodigan at that festival.
Rodigan is just, you can't say anything about the legend David Rodigan.
Yeah, it was wild, and I mean, just like to be consistently active since like the 60s, and he's still out there crushing the party just as hard as any other DJ, and he's pretty much like the David Attenborough of reggae music.
He is. When Rodigan's on, you make sure you're at that set. You make sure, because Rodigan is all time Mr. Rodigan.
Yeah, that was really, really fantastic. Could you? That's really the only European festival that I've been to, and I've never been to a festival in the UK. Can you tell us a little bit about the UK and European festival culture?
The UK festivals are pretty good as well. We did NAS Festival this year. It's skateboarding.
Oh, cool.
Like a skateboarding festival, but obviously with a lot of music. Who was there? Public Enemy.
What?
Public Enemy was there.
Sick.
And Mr. Rodigan himself. You also had Rebel Sound, which is obviously Rodigan, Shy Effects, and one more person.
This is the first I've heard of Rebel Sound.
Oh, you never heard of Rebel Sound?
No, I know. Hey, I mean, we're pretty disconnected from the UK over here, We need you to come by and enlighten us all.
So Rebel Sound is it's like a sound clash basically. If you get to check it out, go and check out Red Bull Culture Clash.
Okay.
And you will see Rebel Sound.
Sweet.
And you see it's like a clash between. I don't know if you've heard of. Have you heard of BBK?
Yeah.
The Grime, Skepta.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Skepta!
So it was like BBK versus Rebel Sound versus there was a reggae sound, and then there was one more. I think they're actually from America. I'm not sure what they're called. I can't remember what they're called.
Sick.
But yeah. So yeah, festival wise, yeah, the festival scene's pretty good up there. What else to be done this year? The NAS festival. We've got Mint festival coming up. They are good festivals, but it's nothing like here. This is just something totally different, totally unique. Nothing else like it anywhere.
One of the major differences that I noticed was people don't make signs and wear silly costumes in Europe. You know, everybody's dressed like normal.
Yeah.
I definitely missed it. Yeah, we first rolled in. You know, we came in with these crazy outfits like on the first day, and people just thought we were aliens. They were just like, "Who are you?" And there was one American in a onesie who was just like, "I feel so weird." It was really funny. That was a really funny difference for sure. But man, the music, like Outlook, it's like 5 stages for 5 days. I didn't hear one track I didn't like the whole time, you know.
Plus your boat parties. I think they do. There's about 15, 20 boat parties as well.
Yeah, we were on the Hatcha and Friends one with Swindle and Hatcha. Last year. And Jay Kenzo too. He's amazing. We toured in Australia together, Kenzo and I. It was really fun. It's really fun. Cool. So let's talk about making music a bit. Can you tell us a little bit about like what the what the kind of driving creative vision behind Cause and Effect is?
It is to be unique. So when we're in the studio, we never have a plan. We never have a set tempo that we work. Obviously, we work between 120 up to 130 tempo wise, but we never have today is 128 and we're going to make something like this. It's just create and just go with it, and whatever comes is whatever comes.
Cool.
But it's influenced a lot of house music influence, a lot of garage, even dubstep, because obviously it's really bass heavy. So so that's it. There's no plan, there's no method. It's just get in there, switch on all the equipment, go in.
Cool. Yeah, that's one struggle that I really took me a while to understand, was that writing music is not about translating that sound that you have in your head perfectly into reality, and I used to think that producers they would like sit there and they'd be like, I hear it, and then do it, which is like kind of how like a guitar player or a vocalist would work. You'd hear the melody, you'd play it and do it, but producing music is so much more about like sculpting the sounds and working with the sounds that you kind of have to like more just like let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Let it flow through you, rather than trying to be like, oh, this isn't exactly
try to force something that that you maybe you want it to say. You might have a picture of what you want it to sound like, but then if you copy what other people are doing, then you're never going to get anywhere, are you? Because all you're doing is just replicating what someone else has done. So if you be unique and try and create something totally outside the box, then people appreciate you for that as well.
Sweet. So, Chris is your collaborator in Cause and Effect. Can you tell us a little bit about how the workflow and your collaborations work, and like how
so like workflow is crazy. Studio is everything's set. So we have obviously main in front, obviously laptop, and then we have a workstation right to the side with a couple of goodies that are inside the studio as well. So we've got a Jupiter 80,
sick.
We've got a Juno 60, so classic.
Classic.
So that's set up there. So Chris could be building the drums while I'm jamming out a few riffs, and that's just how the workflow comes. And then all we'll do is we'll swap over. I'll jump in, do a little bit. He'll play, get a little melody going or whatever, or some chords or whatever we've got down.
Cool.
Mess about with some sounds, and then
And are you bringing the synths in as audio, or keep them fluid? When do you render your synths to audio?
Well, we do. It goes in audio straight away.
So pretty much right away.
Yeah, so pretty much right away. So it's just a vibe that you get. So like, you know, you could just press record, just jam out. You might hit something that's there. Not necessarily you've planned it.
Like a happy accident.
Yeah, you might just hit something, and then obviously once you've pressed stop and you go through what you've just recorded, it's like, oh, that little bit there, that's good. I like that.
Sweet, cool. And then, so how about when you're when you jam? Are you like making a loop first, or you make an arrangement and then fill it in?
Yeah,
or
we'll always start with the drums.
Okay.
So we'll always start with the kick. Pretty much always. That's just how we go about. Yeah, just making music. I don't think we've ever. Now and again, we'll sit there and maybe make a few sounds, but not get into any work as such. So, you know, mess about with a few sounds, tweak a few sounds, and save them sounds. But yeah, always kick drum. Always put the kick in first, and then build around that.
Cool. And then when you're getting ready to add the melodies, have you added all your like splashes and risers and stuff before you add the melodies, or you do that after?
we pretty much save the what can you call them? The sprinkles.
The sprinkles.
Yeah. Save the sprinkles for, you know, the last thing, just to finish off.
Cool.
Obviously everything that's gone together so far.
Cool. And do you make a loop first and then stretch it out into an arrangement, or do you make an arrangement and then flesh it out?
Yeah, we'll probably just get a little loop together once you're feeling a little vibe. And another tip as well is we always say is mix as you go along.
Yeah.
So always EQ all your stuff. Don't build your whole set of drums and get a few melodies in and then go back and EQ, because I think like the EQing and processing and all that kind of stuff, the compression, it's part of the vibe that goes with it as you are making.
Yeah.
So rather than leave it till the end, you know, if you've got your kick drum banging but it's not EQ'd, then you're not getting you're not getting the right.
And you're not going to feel it right to inspire you to do the next thing.
That's it. Yeah, he's got it.
Cool. So when you get that loop, what are the usual ingredients in the loop before you, like, when you're like, okay, that's enough sounds? Like, how many sounds is it? What kinds of sounds are they?
You see, that's another thing what I was saying earlier. There is no method.
So you don't have like a recipe.
There is no method to it. It's like, all right, so we've got a kick, a hi-hat, and a snare or a clap, and that could be it then, just for that part of the drum. So you go on to maybe a melody or something, and then you could go back then and start filling in more of the drum. As long as you know you got a good loop and you're feeling a vibe off it, then that's when you can carry on. And sometimes you might just say, right, the vibe's not there, delete that, start again. Cool.
And then when you're fleshing it out into an arrangement, that's pretty much all audio at that point. Like, are there any MIDI parts left, or is it all audio?
There's still be a few MIDI parts left in there. Probably just, you know, maybe something from native instruments or something. We don't always necessarily bounce everything down to audio. Okay. But obviously, if we're playing obviously from the synths, then that'll be audio already. But then obviously stuff that's built in. We'll just keep the MIDI, and that's that. Okay, cool. So then once you've laid it out into an arrangement, are there any like editing things that you do that you really like, or any other kind of like, you know, special sauce that you can tell us about when you're taking it from a loop to a finished product? So again, it's people have in their head how a tune goes. You know, as a DJ, you expect, you know, if it's a house tune, for example, you expect that minute intro into the breakdown, then it drops, then that goes for, you know, 64 bars or whatever, and then you go into another breakdown, that kicks back in again, it goes back into the drop, and then you got your outro for mixing out. But that's like a formula. So sometimes it might be right, let's have no drums at the start and just have synths played at the start. It doesn't necessarily have to have drums and
just something.
Just something at the start. Like, so it's all about what you add as well. Like we use UAD. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah, UAD stuff is great.
Universal Audio. That's some good shit. That is. So yeah.
Sweet. Any other favorite plugins you can tell us about, or favorite?
Plugins. Well, I'd say definitely favorite synth. The Moog Sub 30.
Yeah. Sick. Okay, cool.
That's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
If you know, obviously we're bass, aren't we? So if you haven't got a Moog and you like bass, you need to go and get yourself one.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
So definitely a Sub 30.
Cool. So how about putting together a DJ set? How do you typically when you're creating a DJ set, like, you know, how do you prepare?
DJ set, right? Again, we kind of don't prepare a DJ set. Obviously we have certain folders what you prepare, but as in planning a set, like, right, I'm going to start with this and then probably go into this and this and this, because you never know what the crowd's going to be like.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people do plan sets and they just play. What do you think? Do you think if a DJ plans a set?
Well, if it's planned entirely, it comes off as a bit flat, you know.
Yeah, flat because there's nothing.
There's inevitably going to be some moment where it's inappropriate, like inevitably.
And if you've planned something, then you just do what you're doing, and like it's not. I don't really feel like by planning something you don't get the right vibe. So, you know, you might play a tune and it doesn't really go down too well, so you come out of that quick and then think, right, so that kind of sound doesn't work in here.
Yeah.
Because you
especially as you travel.
Yeah. And that's
first time I went to Australia, I was shocked you couldn't play anything with vocals. They'd be like, oh, it sounds commercial, mate. And I'd be like, it's my friend. Like, he came over to my house. We recorded this in my closet, you know? Like, oh, it's commercial.
Yeah.
You know,
what I would always say is do have folders that you have prepared with certain tunes that you think,
little chunks, you know, you get like a little 3-tune chunk that's just magic, you know, where you know if you like they like this one, they're gonna like that one, and then the next one.
And a safety folder as well.
Yeah,
you know,
you gotta have the get out of jail free cards.
You know, you've always got them safety ones where you think, oh, right, stuff's not working, so let's go for the safety folder, and then it just becomes like, that's what they want. So just give it them. But then, as well, I also like to say, like, I find like a lot of DJs don't educate people as well, because they will play.
Very important. You got to trick people into having better taste in music than they do.
So just educate people more, and I think the more you feed it them, the more they have to listen. But I understand it from a point of view where if you're a DJ and you're trying, you can't always educate people, because then you're not.
You can alienate them too.
You're not doing what you paid to do, basically.
Yeah.
You know, you paid to.
Hey, can I snag my towel underneath?
Oh yeah, sure. Hey, you gotta say hi. We got a special guest.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, we're doing a communication. Oh, Shambhala style.
Pop in.
Big up.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah, you just turned in a really nice remix for us, by the way. Keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes peeled and your ears open.
Yeah.
Cool. Lots of love. Enjoy your towel.
Cool,
I kept it warm for you.
I will. And it's slightly moist.
Yes, warm and slightly moist. It's just the way you like them.
Yeah, so just the education process is it can be hard, it can be difficult, but I think when you play big festivals, I think that is a perfect time to educate people as well, because you know you've got so many people in front of you that
it's a critical mass. It's hard to get away from the stage. They're a captive audience in a way. All right, so what's let's say you've got this tune that you just think is just so advanced that you've got to figure out a way to get it in there. What's your usual strategy for like getting one of those real educational tunes in there? Like, is there a tune that you have in mind?
So I think if that is going to be, you've got this tune that you think, right, no one's playing it, but I really like it, so I want to try and educate people. What I do personally is I'd play a favourite that everybody knows and that everyone's going to go mad to. I'd sneak the new sound in, so they've still got that kind of reaction going from the old tune, where get the new one to come in and then come out with another classic that people
So you just
know.
bookend it with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
favorites,
yeah.
and then like a nice long, slow mix in, so that you tease in the sounds.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it. I like his style. That's good.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so and that's another thing as well. I think when you're educating people is if you give them something constantly, that's all new music.
Oh, damn.
What's up, Smart?
Yeah, here, you should come say what's up.
My
The interview.
You got the homeboy down in the building. Yep.
Hey, you should come say what's up.
Come say what's
Oh
up.
shit. What's
Yeah,
up?
we got another special guest here.
How you doing?
Lots of love. So this is he's your guest, is he?
It's my homie Dom.
Wicked. Well, hey, welcome. Welcome.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's say you had a time machine or a time communicator. If you could give yourself one piece of advice at like age like 21 or whatever, when you're first kind of coming into your own as a musician, or one piece of advice for yourself as a fledgling musician, or maybe two pieces of advice. I don't know. Any words for your young self?
I'd say don't have too much stuff. As far as music production goes, I think it's best to have one synth for bass, one plugin for bass, one plugin, for like your synthy sounds. Don't have too many plugins to choose from, because you get lost and you never educate yourself on how to use that plugin. Because that was a mistake that I made, to be honest. I wanted every single plugin, and it's like you want every single plugin, but you don't know how to use any of them correctly, because all you're doing is you're just opening it up. Right, I'm gonna have a flick through the presets. No, I don't like nothing in that plugin. Close it down. Open up the other plugin. Go through that. Oh no. And that process continues. Whereas if you concentrate on one synth, then that's when you can get into it and start tweaking and start messing about and learn what the synth does, rather than overcomplicate stuff and have too many synths to work with.
Cool. Very good advice. So is there a purchase under $100 in the last year that you're just like, I love this thing, made my life way better?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
It's another plugin by UAD.
Yeah.
And it is called. Mine's gone blank.
So it's part of the UAD.
I've got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a UAD plugin, which is Universal Audio, and it is called the Voice of God.
Well, that's quite the title. The Voice of God. So what does the Voice of God do?
The Voice of God. So you've got your bass. Yeah, you've got your bass in, and you're thinking that sounds quite nice the way that's sitting there. Yeah, it's not too bad. Open up the Voice of God, put that on there, clicked it. What it does is, it's amazing. I can't even describe.
Sweet. So just like gives it this just majestic stereo kind of
all the toppings and everything on top. So yeah, that's the purchase.
Cool. The Voice of God. Good to know. Good to know. Cool. So when you're gonna go home, what are you gonna tell people? How any good stories that like what's any take home message yet?
The advice would be just get here.
Yeah.
I don't think, no matter how much you describe something, just because last year Chris did this last year festival. He was telling me about the festival. He was like, yeah man, yeah, it's sick, like there's no alcohol and the stages are wicked and the people are amazing and we camp and we do this and we do that, and I was like, yeah man, it sounds alright. Sounds quite good. It's in Canada.
Yeah.
Look forward to going there, but what he described to me hasn't relayed when I've actually come. It's something completely
pretty wild.
Completely different. Just another level festival.
Cool. So any shout outs or parting words for our viewers here?
Yeah man, they can big up. I want to big up Crooks and Castles.
Crooks and Castles.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
wicked.
That's our clothing sponsor. You know about the Crooks. Big up our management, Old Type Mark. Shouts to Tony. Old Type the Dirty Bird crew. Old Type Oslo. Big up man like Skrillex.
He was so good last night. Oh man, it's amazing.
Yeah, we had a little party with him afterwards, man.
Yeah, he's wicked.
And big up yourself, man.
Yeah, lots of love.
And one more thing. Big up the duck eggs.
Yeah, duck eggs, legit. Yeah, we had a proper cook-off a minute ago. All right, cool. Well, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you will listen to lots of Cause and Effect in the immediate future.
Yeah, you can check us out. You can check us out on SoundCloud, which is Cause, C-A-U-S-E, and then N for November, and then Effect with an A. It's not an E.
Affect.
Affect.
Emotional affect.
Yeah, like affect. Because a lot of people keep putting the E, and it's not the E.
That's not right. It's not going to get you there.
Also, yeah, just the general Twitter is at Cause and Effect UK.
Okay, wicked.
Thank you very much.
Lots of love, everybody. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Yeah.